Four preliminary things about Surah Asr. Try to remember them. Very simple. Just before us. Only to be noted and enlisted in your minds. Number one, this is one of the most early or the earliest surahs of the Quran revealed at Makkah. And Quran itself defines its style in Surah Hud alayhi salatu wassalam. Kitabun uhkimat ayatuhu thumma fussilat min ladun hakimin khabir. This is a book whose ayat have been muhkam, very profound in the beginning, very profound ayat and surahs were revealed. Later on, details came of the same surah. So actually, this is a very famous and very noteworthy example of this. Uhkimat ayatuhu summa fussilat. And it was revealed in very early Meccan period. Number two, it's one of the smallest surahs of the Quran. There are only three surahs of the Quran which comprise of three ayat. Surah Asr, Surah Al-Kawthar, and Surah Al-Nasr. Three. You know, this figure 3 seems to have some importance. Because we know that it's necessary to recite 3 ayat in a rak'ah, in salah, in prayer. Or if the ayah is very big, then one would also suffice. If it is Ayatul Kursi or Ayatul Bir or Ayatul Dain and so on, one can suffice. But if they are small ayat, you have to recite at least 3. And it's not incidental that 3 surahs of the Quran comprise of 3 ayat. But this is the smallest. No surah has only 2 ayat. And there can be no surah of 1 ayah. Then there will be no difference between the surah and the ayah. But actually composition means when you have composed a few sentences. Surah will mean when a few ayat are joined together to make a surah. And the least number is 2, 3, which we find in the Quran. So this is one of the smallest surahs of the Quran. This is one of the earliest surahs of the Quran. But now note the difference in words. This is the most profound and comprehensive surah of the Quran. Here I have not used the word one of the most profound. No. The most profound and the most comprehensive surah of the Quran. I am absolutely emphatic on this point. And this emphasis that I am putting on this point is not without any basis. Let me quote here about the practice of the Sahaba Kiram, Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'een. There is a tradition given by Tabarani in his Asar. Imam Tabarani, he edited 3 books of ahadith. Kabir, Awsat, Saghir. But in the Awsat, he has included this riwayah. And it has been included by Imam Bayhaqi in his famous book, Shu'abul Iman. Very important tradition of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The wordings are, كان الرجلان من أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا التقيا لم يتفرقا حتى يقرأ أحدهما على الآخر سورة العصر ثم يسلم أحدهما على الآخر. When 2 persons from among the companions of the Prophet used to meet with each other, they never departed from each other unless they had recited one to the other and the other to the first, Surah Al-Asr. This practice of the Sahaba couldn't be without any reason. I will discuss it later. What's the need? What's the necessity? To recite this surah, so common. Although we may think, and we do think, Surah Al-Ikhlas is much high, much more exalted. Surah Al-Fatiha is at a very high level. Quran, Asasul Quran. But the practice of the Sahaba, of the companions, is regarding Surah Al-Asr. There's a basis, there's a reason. I'll discuss later. But to give you the glimpse, from the practice of the companions, that is in itself an argument. They were the companions of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. كان الرجلان من أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا التقيا لم يتفرقا حتى يقرأ أحدهما على الآخر سورة العصر ثم يسلم أحدهما على الآخر. Then they used to salute each other, say Salaam alaikum, and then depart. Secondly, let me give you two sayings of Al-Imam al-Shafi'i rahimahullah. One saying has been reported by Hafiz ibn Kathir rahimahullah, the famous Mufassir. According to Hafiz ibn Kathir, Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah has said, لَوْ تَدَبَّرَ النَّاسُ هَذِهِ السُّورَةَ لَوَسِعَتْهُمْ. If people ponder over only this one surah of the Quran, it will suffice for their guidance. And according to another saying, it has been reported by Mufti Muhammad Abduhu of Egypt in his exegesis of the last part of the Quran. And the saying that he reported is, لَوْ لَمْ يُنَزَّلْ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ سِوَاهَا لَكَفَتِ النَّاسِ. Even if nothing else was revealed in the Quran except this Surah Al-Asr, only this surah would have been sufficient for the total guidance to humanity. Now just note, these are not the sayings of some ordinary person. Al-Imam al-Shafi'i, although the Hanafis do think, and I also do think, that regards the legal understanding of the deen, legal and constitutional aspects of deen, Imam Abu Hanifa stands at a much higher level than Imam Shafi'i. But the principles of jurisprudence of the Quran, he is the beginner of this great science in Islam. And he is definitely at least number 2 Imam among the 4 Imam that are accepted by all Ahlul Sunnah. That is his stature. And he has said these 2 things. لَوْ لَمْ يُنَزَّلْ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ سِوَاهَا لَكَفَتِ النَّاسِ لَوْ تَدَبَّرَ النَّاسُ هَذِهِ السُّورَةَ لَوَسِعَتْهُمْ. May Allah give us the correct understanding of this surah. And may He make us from those who act according to this surah